you one thing, if a little green man pops out of me, I'm shooting first and asking questions later.
You are on the verge of destroying the entire universe.
Welcome to the Strange Podcast with Sam and Logan.
If you enjoy the show, please go to iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, or wherever you're listening, and please give us a good rating. If you want to share a story or have ideas for a future episode, you're welcome to visit us at www.thestrangepodcast.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
Welcome to The Strange Podcast. This is episode 22, and I'm Logan Marks.
I'm Sam Baxter. Today is March 14th, 2018. Man, halfway through March now, man.
Oh, I know.
Man,
It's been a crazy week.
Yeah, has it been warm or cold where you're at, or what? Any rain?
It's actually been pretty good. A lot of rain. It's almost like I'm in the Seattle area.
You know, it seems like the people in New York and the East Coast, they're getting hit by some more snow pretty bad. That's what I hear.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
I haven't really been paying attention to anything.
Oh, you just been watching
any kind of news stuff.
Oh, you just been watching like political news instead, or what?
I don't want to watch news anymore. I get tired.
Okay,
it's all bullshit now. Nothing interesting anymore.
Not till the aliens invade, huh?
Not till the aliens invade. Then I'll pay attention to the TV.
Yeah.
I did go watch the Black Panther movie though.
Oh, what'd you think?
I thought it was pretty good.
I thought it was a pretty good movie too. It was well done.
It was well done. But you know, when I was watching it, I was more cheering for the bad guy.
Oh, he was a bad motherfucker.
Yeah, I mean, and he had his reasons. You know, it's like most bad guys that they have.
Yeah, they're just evil or whatever.
They're just bad be bad. But like he actually had like substance to why he did what he was doing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He had a desire, he had a drive, he had a goal, and he was pretty pissed. Again, it's kind of, I guess it's how you look at it, right? I mean, his dad was trying to, you know, defy the king by, you know, telling him about their medals, and you know, it's not cool that the dad killed him. I'm not saying that is, but yeah, the guy was pissed, man. He was a bad motherfucker too.
I don't know. I can see his points though. They were just kind of there. They had all this technology and power and stuff, and they weren't helping anybody out.
No,
not you know.
Yeah, I understand.
They're just kind of leaving everybody just to fend for themselves while they just like sat around like, oh, you know, we got to keep this to ourselves.
Yeah, we're kings. Yeah,
it's kind of a messed up thing. So I was like, for him, I was just like, yeah, they need to share that shit.
Well, you know, and then you know, you're staying in the country. You know, you don't go out, so you don't. It's not a big deal to you. But then when he went to like, you know, he was in LA, I think, and he was in the inner city with all the ghettos, and he was seeing all the black kids there that were just suffering, and so he was probably like, you know what, man, we need to help these people out. You know, we have all this technology that we can probably do some better with, and I understand why he was doing what he was doing. It might have been better maybe if he would have, you know, diplomatically talked to his brother about it.
No, man, no, you can't do that.
I know, but nope.
You gotta do it by force.
But you know, an interesting thing about it, and I know we're not in the news section yet, but did you hear about it in China? So China people went to go see Black Panther, but they said it was too dark.
Too dark?
Yeah. This one guy said he had to like pinch himself several times to keep from falling asleep while viewing Black Panther because all the major characters are black. A lot of the scenes are black. The car chase scene is black. The blackness has made me really drowsy. Was his quote. The movie was too black, man. Yeah. So the guy got all drowsy in there, man. He got all tired. Yeah.
I was hypnotized. There's too much black in there.
Yeah, Chinese fans say Black Panther is too black.
Oh, that sounds just like bullshit to me.
I'm telling you, man. When I entered here's one of his quotes. When I entered the theater, a bunch of black people was fighting in the night. I've never been in a theater so dark that I couldn't find my seat.
That's ridiculous.
Could not find the fucking seat because there was too much blackness. It's like,
that can't be real.
No, man, I'm telling you, this is like what's his name? Remember on Chappelle's show? Remember Charlie Murphy?
Darkness.
Yeah, darkness. This is before the Wesley Snipes type black. Remember? That's what this is all like talking about. So here's another thing. Another reviewer remarked on taking the 3D experience. They said black actors combined with dark colors made it, quote, nearly a torture for my eyes to watch the film's 3D version in the theater, unquote. It was too taxing on their eyes, man.
Oh, that sounds ridiculous.
Yeah, man. The movie was too black. Couldn't find their seats, man. The agony of these folks.
These guys are ruthless, man.
Well, you know, they're not used to any type of assimilation, right? They're not. I knew a lady that went down there to China, and you know, black woman, and she said that they were all taking pictures with her, like she was some type of sideshow.
Yeah, I've heard that about like in like the Asian areas that a lot of times. Like,
well, it's China especially. China doesn't allow the integration.
Yeah, they're pretty much like they'll just say whatever. They don't care.
Well, and it's not just that, but you know they don't let a lot of foreigners stay there. They don't want to. You know, they don't have religion. They don't allow foreigners to move in and integrate. You know, they don't want very few. Mm-hmm. But you know, I'm not saying like maybe 10 only. I'm saying like a small percentage, like maybe like 2% versus, you know, the United States or other countries where people just move and just live there. You know, UK, things like that. But China, no, man, you know that they don't allow that. So like the person I went with, she said when she went, she said she wasn't mad. You know, she's like, I knew these people hadn't seen black folks before, so she was like a sideshow. Like I said, they were like, you know, touching her hair and. Like, I just wanted a picture with her. Like, oh my gosh! Like, I've seen you like on TV, like you type of people on TV, but I've never seen you in real life. Mm-hmm. That's kind of weird, man, isn't it?
Well, like, I mean, if you haven't seen something,
I get that, but I'm just saying
in real life, it probably does.
I know
it probably
that.
Seems, you know.
That's not what I'm saying is weird. What I'm saying is weird is that they have not seen a black person in real life. It's not like black people are like a dime a dozen, or like not. It's not like they're really rare, you know.
Yeah.
You know, it's like it doesn't make sense. Like why is this such a novelty for you?
Who knows? They probably do that with like anybody. Like if like you saw like a redhead, they'd probably like freak out too.
They might, yeah. Who knows? But yeah, it's so yeah. China people did go see the movie, but they were like put off by it because couldn't find their seats, man. So I thought that was a crazy tidbit, but I thought the movie was pretty good. And otherwise,
did you do anything this weekend?
Nothing that pertains to the show. I've been keeping up on that.
Nothing I want to talk about.
Yeah. Nothing that's not risque enough in here. No, I've just been following up, you know, on sports, you know, stuff that doesn't pertain to anything here. But how about you? Anything good happening at work for you?
Nothing at work, but yesterday I was outside. I had pulled into my driveway, and I saw one neighbors across the street. There's this lady that lives there. She has this boyfriend that comes by, and they always argue, like in front of everybody. Yeah, they make sure everybody knows that they're mad at each other.
Oh, great.
And, yeah, so I'm standing there, and he comes by, like, and they had broken up. So now he comes by like all the time. Parks, he gets out of his car, and I'm out there, and there's a couple other neighbors out there, and they start yelling at each other, and they're going off, and then he's like, she says something to him, and he's like super mad, right? So he's like, oh, well, I'm gonna go over there and show you what's up. So we're watching him, and he tries to he tries to jump over the fence.
Oh, he's on the other side of the fence.
He's on the other side of the fence. So when he tries to jump over the fence, and when he does, his bottom 2 feet get caught on the top of the fence.
So he probably goes tumbling face over.
So he falls into the yard and lands straight on his face.
Oh god! That makes him even more mad, probably, and embarrassed.
And then he gets up and he's like, his nose is bleeding and he's all limping and stuff. And she's sitting there laughing at him so much, and everybody had watched him do this.
And so everyone's laughing.
Yeah, so everyone was just kind of laughing, and he was like looking around like, what the? And you could tell like he was embarrassed. So like he wants to get out of there, so he's trying to get over the fence again, but he messed up his leg so badly that he's just like crawling back over the fence.
What the fuck?
It's like so he's like, it's like awkward and it's like slow because he's like trying to get up and
what is he, Mr. Glass? What the fuck? How'd he get hurt? Like, is that fence like 40 feet high?
He fell pretty
hard. Is this Donald Trump's wall? How the fuck did he hurt himself that bad?
Because he tried to jump over, like he tried to do one solid jump. And then so he
sounds finally like he got really fucked up though.
Yeah, so he finally crawls over the fence, gets to the other side, and he realizes that we're all watching him, and he just like gets in his car all quiet, and he just like drives away.
Yeah, I'm out. Fuck you guys. Fuck you guys for laughing at my stupidity.
And everyone's just standing there like watching him, like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, you dumb motherfucker. How the fuck?
He's so stupid.
Why didn't he just? Well, I guess he was so mad he had to jump over and scare her. Right?
Yeah, he was trying to act like a badass. It made me even laugh more because the door wasn't even. There's like the little door was like right by where the part where he jumped.
Yeah, it's probably
like
open,
he,
huh?
He could have just opened it.
Sounds like true love. Your neighbors are true love. So was that today?
That was like was like Saturday or something like that.
So have you seen him again?
No, I haven't seen him come by. He probably won't be by for a while.
Yeah,
Everyone forgot. Oh man! All right, so we should probably get into the news.
It's time for strange news.
So what do you got for us? You got anything?
So yeah, I got a couple weird things. One of the first weird thing I came across was speaking of the Chinese again. Not hating on the Chinese, but we got some news. Chinese man with pet bear initially thought it was a puppy. He was found to be illegally keeping an Asian bear as a pet, and that's what he told police. He said he mistook the cub as a puppy, so he just brought it home. Somebody tipped him off, and they came and checked it out. It was a 176-pound bear, and it was in a fucking cage.
That was his puppy?
Yeah, that was his puppy.
So, I thought it was a chihuahua.
Yeah, I know. This thing just kept growing, damn it. So the man identified only in his surname as Young told investigators what he thought was a puppy while foraging for mushrooms in the mountains in his home in April 2015 and realized it wasn't a dog when it grew large. So I don't know what type of mushrooms this fucker was on, but he thought that this fucking thing was a puppy. It was a dog. Mm-hmm. It doesn't seem legit, but
I could see that because like if it's small enough, there's some dogs that kind of look like bears when they're really tiny.
I guess, but when it gets to a certain weight the way it grows, man, it's not a dog, man.
I know when he got to like 300 pounds, I wonder if he was still thinking he was
just dogs, just a great dog. Hold on. He's always trying to take my head off, but fuck, he's great. So the black bears are considered a protected species in China. So he could have got up to a $475 fine, but the authorities didn't fine him or anything because he cooperated and they found the bear to be in good health. So he was taking care of it.
So he was taking care of it.
So maybe he was feeding it dogs. I don't know. But this bear was not malnourished or anything. And so the bear they let the bear. It went to a protection welfare center. You know, they took it out of his custody and the fucking bear's gone. But this guy, man, who knows? He could have been some mafia guy that was feeding it humans or something. You know?
I know. I was like, is that how he gets rid of dead?
Yeah, right.
Remember
that quote? Like, don't ever trust a person who has a pig farm. Maybe this guy in China, he's got the fucking bear, man. He's just feed it humans. No, I don't know. I'm not saying that's true, but
allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. So what do you got? You got anything?
Well, I'd keep it with the animal theme. Authorities say they're worried about a hippopotamus that is roaming loose in the swampy area of southern Mexico. Nobody knows where the animal came from, but hippos are not a native to the country.
I was going to say.
That
doesn't sound right.
Yeah, the hippo appears to have been living in a pair of ponds near Las Chapas in the Gulf of Mexico state of Veracruz. Mexico's Office of Environmental Protection said that experts are looking for the best way to trap and move the 3-year-old 1,320-pound mammal.
Fuck.
Yeah, I know, that thing's huge.
Damn, I bet they're not equipped for that.
Yeah, it also says that hippos can be aggressive.
Yeah, no shit.
I guess they're like really dangerous.
They are. They're like the most dangerous animal, I think, in like Africa.
That's what I think I've heard.
Yeah, they're like the worst. Very territorial.
Yeah. The hippo was first spotted by a local media near a garbage dump in January. I wonder how it got there.
Fuck, man.
Yeah. I guess the resident. Go ahead.
I was gonna say that doesn't seem right. Like somebody must have stole it from Africa or something and fucking dumped it off.
Like they're trying to ship it somewhere and like it just got like they like dumped it off because they're gonna get busted.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, get rid of it. Goddammit.
Get rid of it.
Drop it.
Try to flush it down the toilet.
Yeah. Fuck.
So the residents of the town have come to love the animal so much that they gave it a nickname, Tyson.
Tyson. Why? Why is it Tyson? Like, I don't know. like the chicken company?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Not like Mike Tyson, but it's like the chicken. It's like the chicken company Tyson.
But even though they're like you're in Mexico, why would you give it like a Mexican name?
I don't know, man. It's all Tyson. His name's Bob or something. His nickname is Bobby. Tyson. That's weird. So is Tyson like? Did it say is he like messing with anybody or?
No, he just kind of hangs out, I guess, in the ponds behind there.
Fuck. I'd stay away from that shit. Well, I guess if he stays, keeps himself, so be it. But damn, that shit seems weird.
I think they're just trying to get rid of him just before something does happen.
Yeah. Because he could, he might get real crazy as you get older or something. Who knows?
Yeah. I don't know, it'd be kind of cool to have a hippo in your backyard just hanging out.
That would be weird, man. A hippo in your backyard.
Can't be any worse than a bear.
Man, I don't know, man. That's what I'm saying. Some of these, I guess if you're into all guns and stuff and you have all these guns to combat them, I guess it's not a big deal. But man, I don't know, man. Hippos are really, like I said, territorial, and they could really kill.
So who do you think would win, like if you had a hippo versus a bear?
I think the hippo.
You think the hippo would win?
I don't know. The only reason I say that is because I think their skin's really tough.
Yeah, but bears are pretty tough too.
Well, they can bite. Yeah, I'm not saying bears are weak. I'm not trying to say that at all. But I think that the hippos they're more durable. Like they can probably take more hits. I don't know, man. That's a good question. I don't know. Because the hippos, they're really heavy, so they can thrash the bear around, like throw him around like a doll.
That's true. But I wonder. I don't know how agile they are. I wonder like the bear would be able to kind of dance around him a little bit. Come get some scratches in, bites in.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. I would think I'm just thinking. I don't know shit about animals that well, so I would just say the hippo because they seem, like I said, their skin's really tough, and they fucking can bite like a motherfucker. They can, crush you. So
yeah. So if there's any listeners out there who are like specialists in animals and stuff, or even have an opinion on this, let us know. Who do you think would win, a bear or a hippo? Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think? You're thinking a bear, aren't you?
I'm kind of swaying for the hippo because I think you got a lot more weight on him.
Yeah, and he could crush shit with those teeth. I think the hippo, but again, what do I know? I'm just an idiot on the podcast.
So you got anything else? Any new other stories?
Keep with animals. This one's a little fucked up. So an Idaho teacher was being investigated after allegedly feeding a live puppy to a snapping turtle as his students watched.
What?
So this science teacher is under investigation after he fed a live puppy. I guess the puppy, he said, was sick.
Mm-hmm.
And so he just...
So it's gonna die anyway?
I guess. Let's see. He allowed, an animal rights activist, Jim Parrish, filed a police report last week after hearing that the teacher, Robert Crossland, who worked for Preston in a small city near the Utah border, fed the puppy to a reptile as students looked on.
So it was I wonder if he took the whole thing, or did he chop it up in little pieces?
No, I think he just gave it to him. It was alive.
Oh, that's kind of messed up.
Yeah, and the kids watched it.
It's this is science, everybody.
Yeah. So, and he was saying, no, basically, he was basically saying it's dying. It's a circle of life. It was gonna die. It was gonna be animal food for something. I don't know. The more humane thing would have been if it died and then gave it to the animal.
That's kind of weird. I'm surprised that nobody stood up and hey, what are you doing?
Well, and I've read conflicting reports. Some people say that the puppy was healthy, and I read that it was not. So I'm unsure. But like I said, I've read different conflicting stories about it. But they're just saying that the guy, like you said, he fed a puppy to a snapping turtle. The turtle ate the shit out of it. The 7th graders, like I said, I think they were more in shock. They would just watch this. Because I don't remember seeing anything like that in 7th grade,
Like if they had snakes and stuff, I remember they would drop mice in there. And
yeah, I know that. But a puppy, that's a little dog,
Yeah, that's pretty dark.
Yeah. And so I think they want that guy, fired, obviously. He got put on... on leave. If there was something for that they could maybe get him for, I guess. Because it could be it's deemed animal cruelty, eh? Yeah, especially if it wasn't gonna die, if it was a healthy puppy. Again, I've read conflicting stories. That some people say. One article I read said that the animal was sick and it was dying. Another one says it wasn't. Either way, man, I don't think you should feed a live puppy to a turtle or to something else, anything.
Do that on your own time, teacher.
Yeah, well, maybe he does, and he's like, I want to share this with the kids.
So psychopath.
Fuck, man, he must be. So do you have anything else?
Well, speaking of wild animals going at it, I have a story where a boss broadcasts himself having sex on boardroom table. Unaware video conference call is still rolling.
Wait a minute. This guy was at work and he was having sex?
Pretty much.
And it was broadcast to the people in the conference?
Yep.
Oh, shit.
So, yeah,
Tell me more.
A power grid manager accidentally broadcasted himself romping with a junior colleague when he forgot to hang up his video conference call. Based on web chat conversations and screen caps, the manager of the China Southern Power Grid filmed himself having sex with his colleague in a conference room minutes after a call earlier that morning, which is attended by employees from 5 different provinces. so
we're back on China again, huh? Sorry, Chinese. We're not trying to hate on you tonight. So this guy didn't hang up the call, and he couldn't wait to get out of the call to fuck his colleague.
You know, after a good call, you want to get the juices flowing.
It's a long meeting. I got to get some stress out. Hey, you, come over here. So how many people saw it?
So a lot of people. I guess the footage was leaked on Saturday, but I guess the Chinese government censored it. Yeah, the 2 employees have since been arrested and face defamation charges, as well as further punishment for spreading false rumors after they allegedly shared the footage.
Wait, the people who shared it got arrested?
No, the 2 employees that because technically they shared it because they didn't shut up the camera.
Gotcha. So them forgetting to get out of the conference led to their arrest? Because they were fucking?
Pretty much, yeah. Well, yeah, it's China. They're pretty strict about stuff like that.
No. I get that. I get that. I wasn't sure. Okay, damn.
It's not like the USA where you get a free for all.
Man, that's crazy.
Hopefully it was worth it.
I know, huh? Hopefully it was a good piece of ass. It was worth jail time. I mean, obviously they're both adults, but and the Chinese procreate so much. It's not like they don't know what sex is. So it's like, what's the big deal? It's like we don't want anyone to know what sex is. You know, you're under arrest for showing it. Damn, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. Well, like you said, I hope it was worth it. I hope she was
she was a good lady.
Yeah. And this guy, man, he must have been just fucking horny as fuck.
Because they were doing that like right on the table.
Damn. Jeez.
You know, it reminded me of like on Office Space where he's dreaming that his boss is fucking
Lindbergh's fucking his girlfriend.
That's what he was doing basically. If you watch the video.
Peter, he's fucking his girlfriend. He all talks to him.
Didn't he have his coffee cup?
And he was like, like his suspenders, shirtless but in the suspender. Oh yeah. He's just Lumberg.
Yeah. That's what I remember. That's what I thought when I read that story.
And another lighter news: a woman lawsuit alleges injury from a drag queen's fake breast. So a woman is suing a Florida restaurant for $1.5 million.
Damn, those are some powerful titties.
Yeah, man. Alleging she suffered injuries as a result of an encounter with a drag performer's fake breast. So, Nalden Molina's lawsuit against the Hamburger Mary's Eatery in Tampa states she was dining with friends and family members at the eatery to celebrate a friend's birthday in May 2015. She was unaware that a drag show began during her meal, and she watched it for a little bit, and she turned her back like to say like, hey, I don't want to get involved, I'm socializing with my friends, don't involve me in the show if anything happens, right? Well, the drag queen, was coming around her, and she was trying to ignore him. And the drag queen allegedly grabbed her by her head, wiggled the breasts against the plaintiff's face and head like 8 times. So basically, the drag queen,
she was motorboating.
Yeah, I grabbed. We're just slamming those tits in her face. But the woman who's suing says the performer violently pounded the face against the fake breast up to 9 times. And
what was he using? Like
I don't know, man. I don't know. I'd feel those would be like some silicone type shit, some soft stuff. But she felt an immediate headache and neck pain after the encounter and later visited the ER.
Oh man, she got whiplash
for excruciating cervical pain and uncontrollable headaches. Yeah, man. I don't know if this guy had wood tits or
wood tits.
I don't know, man. But motorboating her fucked her up somehow. So usually, that's not a bad thing. But in this case, I guess it.
Yeah, but it's a drag queen, so it's not gonna be. They're not gonna be real.
Exactly, but I don't think
So
that
they
they would
can-
use some stuff that would be super ultra hard, plastic or
Yeah, or like the silicone.
yeah. I don't know what it was. It didn't say what it was made of, but she's suing. She wants 1.5 mil. So I guess
That's a lot of money for just getting your face rubbed in some fake titties.
I know,
I mean,
right?
people pay good money for that.
Yeah, they do. I know.
And she got it for free. I don't know what she's complaining about.
She's complaining because she got those headaches, man. She got those uncontrollable headaches. It didn't say if she's still getting them, but I guess it must have been pretty bad if she went to the ER. I mean, who knows, right? Maybe the guy did slam her face into her fake tits.
Oh, yeah. Well, it was a dude, so maybe he was a little stronger than.
Yeah, he might have been a little more rougher, and maybe she was ignoring him, so he's like, "I'm gonna show this woman," She's not good.
You pay attention to my drag queen dancing.
Yeah, you're gonna love my titties. So yeah, she's suing, man. That woman's suing.
Gotta make the money somehow.
Yeah. Another little quick side note. Do you have any more news?
You can do another one. Go ahead.
Okay, I was just gonna say. You remember? We've talked about KFC. I like KFC. I don't hate KFC. I like their chicken. I like their wings. They've always done me right. The one thing
I don't know. You've been bashing them the last couple weeks.
Well, I wasn't bashing them. I thought that they were running out of chicken. Remember all that shit. I don't mind their food, but the thing I didn't try was, do you remember the Double Down they had 8 years ago?
I never tried those.
I didn't try it either. Remember, it was basically, instead of having bread for a sandwich, the two pieces of chicken were
It was like the meat sandwich.
yeah, basically there was bacon and cheese in the middle or something, and some cheese sauce or some shit.
It was a little heart attack.
Yeah,
heart
basically.
attack sandwich.
Yeah, it was almost like the Baconator from Wendy's, but. Which, on a side note, Burger King's unveiled one like that too, but that's another discussion. But KFC has unveiled a menu item, a pizza with chicken crust. So in the Philippines, they're trying to incorporate chicken even more into what we eat.
Mm-hmm.
So it's basically like a flat piece of chicken with pizza toppings and stuff on it, and they want people to eat it like a pizza, but it's chicken.
I guess if you're watching your carbs. So is it like fried? Is it like fried chicken?
Oh man, of course.
So it's like a giant. It's basically like a giant chicken strip then.
Yeah, it's a
with,
giant
pizza
chicken strip
stuff
with
on
pizza
it.
on it. Yeah.
That's like chicken parmesan kind of.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, chicken parmesan's. Yeah, they're both breaded. I mean, chicken parmesan sauce, but yeah, I don't know. It might be.
Well, it's a chicken. It's breaded chicken, right? With the
It's
with the red sauce on
with
it.
their 11 herbs and spices. Yes. so it's a little more quality than chicken parmesan. But
The trash that you're talking
yeah,
about.
it's not that
This
bullshit.
gourmet KFC.
Yeah, this is gourmet shit, man. This is quality, man. So yeah, it's got the nickname the Chitza.
Chitza. Chitza?
Yeah.
That's what they're calling it?
Yes, the chicken pizza. It's a Chitza. So
That's a horrible name. Can I get 5 Chitzas, please?
yeah, that's why you go in there. I want a Chitza, please, and you get it, man. So yeah, a Chitza meal now. You can order that shit, man. So you can take a look online, and you can see that they now have it. The signature chicken is now pizza crust.
Well, that's a good note to end the news on.
Yeah. So in case anybody was hungry, they wanted to triple their calories in one meal.
Oh man, is that like a paleo diet or like a?
Fuck, man, that's like somebody's triple heart attack diet. I don't know, man. I said I never tried that Double Down. I was always too scared to try that, and people told me it was good. I just never did it, but this shit, man, I don't know. The pizza, I would probably try it.
I'd give it a shot because I missed out on the last one. Where it's called
the Double Down. The Double Down.
The Double Down. There you go. I missed out on that one, so I'd probably try this one.
Yeah, this one doesn't seem as bad. Again, who knows? I bet you they'll release. I think they have to release now. I think it's coming into law where you got to release the calorie content. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be fucking high, man. no lie. And people are gonna order a fucking Pepsi or something, or Diet Pepsi with it. And
I know, like if you're at KFC, you're I don't know, You shouldn't even be looking at the calories because I mean you're already in there anyway.
I know, but
That's what I think.
But people, you see people order like a fucking triple burger with extra cheese and extra bacon and a Diet Pepsi or Diet Coke to like to even it out. So that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying that I bet people will do that shit. But yeah, I know what you mean. But like I said, I don't hate KFC. So if the pizza survives, hey, I'll try it. Maybe the Philippines market, maybe they'll love it, and it'll come to the States one day. But until then, just follow it.
All right, we're going to take a break, but when we come back, we're going to talk about people who believe they fought off alien invasions. So like I'm a big fan of the old radio drama, The War of the Worlds, the episode of the American Radio Anthology series aired on Halloween 1938 over the Columbia Broadcasting System radio network. It was directed and narrated by actor and future filmmaker Orson Welles. It tells a story of an alien invasion, but in a news bulletin format. But because of the simulated news style, many of the people believed that the invasions from Mars was actually happening. What would you do if you woke up one day and you found out that you're being invaded by aliens or like they landed in your backyard? Would you fight them off?
Well, if they were hostile, yes. If they were giving me gold and
if they showed up with like gifts,
yeah, all this shit, I'd be like, "What's your fucking ulterior motive, asshole? Like, nothing's for free, man. What do you want?"
You wouldn't worry about starting like an intergalactic turf war?
I don't know, man. You know what? If he was holding a probe, I'd say we're fighting. Okay? I'm not listening to any of his bullshit. We're fighting. Intergalactic.
You can take
we'll
that
start.
thing and shove it up your ass.
I know. But if he doesn't have a probe and he's got some jewels and all this shit, and he's gonna tell me the secrets of the universe, hey man, we're cool. We can hang out. I'll buy you a beer, Coors Light.
Coors Light.
The high quality stuff, Coors Light.
By Zima.
Yeah. Do they still make those?
I think they stopped making them, but I thought they brought them back.
Oh, did they?
Like a couple years ago. I could be making that up. I don't really remember.
Canada or something.
I remember something like that happening.
Did you ever drink one of those?
Yeah, they were just like a wine. It tasted more like a wine cooler.
Yeah, that's right. So what happened? What's up with the alien fights?
Okay, so my first report is about an occurrence that happened in Siberia in 1993. A top secret CIA report claims a troop of Russian soldiers gunned down a UFO. The declassified document alleged that 23 soldiers were killed during the attack after they gunned down the ship. The incident was reported by a Ukrainian newspaper, which stated the CIA had a 250-page KGB dossier of the UFO attack, which included pictures and witness reports. The newspaper report said that after Mikhail Gorbachev lost power in 1991, many KGB files made their way back to the CIA. So the reports claimed on March 27, 1993, a low-flying saucer came out of nowhere during a military training session in Siberia. One of the Russian soldiers saw that bad boy in sight and said, "Fuck, I'm gonna fire on it." So he fired on the unidentified flying object.
Fuck it, I'm just firing.
And he was able to take down the spacecraft with a surface-to-air missile.
Yeah.
2 of the surviving soldiers claimed they witnessed a UFO crash. Then 5 humanoid creatures with large heads and huge black eyes emerged from the debris, and they looked pissed. So,
what'd you do that for?
What the fuck, man? The 5 were said to have emerged into a brilliant white ball that buzzed and hissed. I don't know what they were doing. It seemed like they turned into Voltron or whatever, and they were like, "Oh, we're gonna become one big thing."
Yeah.
And when the beings emerged into their final form, the ball pretty much lit up and exploded. And as it did, 23 of the soldiers who stood watching were turned into stone.
Oh shit! Like Medusa.
Yeah, pretty much. The two who survived, they were in a shaded area, so they weren't affected by the blast, and were able to run away and tell their story. The KGB report goes on to say that the remains of the petrified soldiers were transferred to a research institute near Moscow. Specialists say that the energy blast could have been some sort of device that could transform the molecular structure of living organisms. A CIA representative believes if the aliens have this kind of technology, we could be in a world of hurt.
Yeah, no shit. Fuck.
Got another one here.
Okay.
of this other alien invasion happened in a small farming town in Kelly, Kentucky. On a hot summer night in 1955, a Pennsylvania man by the name of Billy Ray Taylor was visiting his friend in the small Kentucky town. He was walking out to the well to fetch some water, and then a bright rainbow of light streaked across the sky and landed in a field next to his host's home. Taylor was convinced that he had saw a flying saucer. He dropped his bucket in the water and darted out back to the Sultan family house, which was who the people that were hosting him. And he frankly told his wife and the 9 members of the Sultan family what he had seen. And they were all just laughing at him. They didn't believe what he is, believe what he was saying,
Dumb hillbilly.
So he finally, yeah. Come on, Billy Bob, stop joking around. After, he was I guess he was getting so crazy about it that they're kind of convinced, so they started following him out there. And as they went outside, they saw these silvery green glowing alien creatures coming off the horizon, coming towards the house.
Oh, shit.
They had undersized bodies with large heads. They were all creeping towards the home. So Taylor and his friend, they call him Elmer Lucky, Sultan, I guess. His nickname's Lucky. Who grew up in the Kelly farmhouse, said that they had gone through 4 boxes of 22 ammo fending off the aliens.
Oh, shit.
The two men shot wildly through the windows in the barns. They claimed that one of the aliens made it into the house and physically attacked one of the members. They said the gunfight lasted for 2 hours, and they had barely escaped with their lives. One of the survivors made it to the police station and brought back a collection of reporters, police, sheriff deputies, state troopers, and the U.S. Air Force.
Damn. They're all on hand, huh?
Yeah, everybody was ready to go, man.
Everyone was ready to fucking...
It's like 1955. It's like the Andy Griffin Show. People just waiting around for shit to do.
The Air Force just hanging out?
Yeah, just hanging out. It's like, what? You got Barney Fife in there coming out to handle the business.
I know.
But when they arrived, no aliens were in sight. So they chalked it up to too much moonshine.
Yeah.
But after word got out of the alien invasion, the family was pretty much harassed and people threatened them. So they had to move out of town.
Oh, man.
So they left. But the people of Kelly have discovered the story in an old newspaper clipping while looking for historical information about their town. So now the citizens of Kelly celebrate with the Little Green Men Days festival every year to commemorate the day the town defended itself from alien invasion.
The town defended themselves? Wait a minute. This fucking family did, and they ran him out of town, and then now...
now they're taking credit for it.
Damn. What jerks.
So if you're around Kelly, you're around Kelly, Kentucky on August 21st, stop by. You could probably enjoy the festivities.
I didn't know they had festivities in honoring that the town fended them off, but...
So I got another story here. The story is from Duluth, New Mexico. It's located right on the Colorado-New Mexico border. It's a quaint little town with a population just under 3,000. It's the alleged location of a secret underground alien base. Philip Schneider, an explosive engineer who worked for the U.S. government with high-level security clearance, claimed that in 1979 he participated in the building of a secret underground base in Duluth, New Mexico. It was there that a horrific battle played out, leaving 60 humans dead and countless subterranean aliens fighting for their lives. Schneider was suspicious of the engineering operation when he noticed the presence of Green Berets and Special Forces. His fears were realized when, after drilling underground, he came face to face with a 7-foot-tall, skinny gray alien. Obviously, he was freaked out and grabbed a pistol he was carrying and shot and killed the alien.
Oh, fuck.
Shot and killed 2 aliens, and another alien witnessed him shooting him. So the alien pulls out his laser guns and shoots at Schneider and basically shoots off his fingers.
Just his fingers?
Yeah. So fortunately, he was saved by a Green Beret who allegedly saved his life. Schneider became an outspoken advocate, calling for the government to be more transparent about their knowledge of alien life. He also believed people in the government were trying to shut him down. When he died by suicide, his supporters called foul play. In 1999, the French government published a study concluding that the United States government has withheld evidence that point to the existence of UFOs. The paper was entitled UFO and Defense, What Must We Prepare For?
So this guy, he came across the alien, he shot him, and it started a battle?
Yeah, basically, there was a huge battle where 60 people died, and I guess a bunch of aliens died.
So did they say how many aliens had died too?
It didn't say. which I thought was kind of weird. But then again, I was like, it sounds kind of bullshitty. But
Yeah, I know.
I like how he's just like, we're in this underground base and they're just like walking around.
And he just came across it?
Yeah, like they just like bump into each other.
I know. Where'd you come from? I ain't seen you before. I never seen you before either. What the fuck?
It's like Scruffy.
I know, yeah.
I never seen you before, neither.
Fuck, so he came across and he just decided to blast it.
Yeah, so he started a gang war.
Shit, it's all turf war, huh? So many soldiers died. Where was this at?
This was in Dulce, New Mexico.
I've always heard of like New Mexico and like Vegas, you know, harboring bases and stuff.
Yeah, that's what. I've heard a lot of bases in that area too. So I figured
because you can't, you know, tell because it's so much desert, right? You can build shit out there, and you will never know that you're walking across it.
Yeah, nobody knows that you're out there.
I mean, I could see them. Remember when I did my stories on the reptoids? I could see them like coming across reptoids, you know, and going out and battling them. But like, what are the aliens doing down there?
Well, speaking of the reptoids, my next story has those guys.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
What do we got with the reptoids?
Okay, so this next story is about William Tompkins, a 92-year-old writer who claims to have worked in the aerospace industry for a think tank tasked with designing giant-ass spaceships.
Giant-ass spaceships?
Basically designed giant spaceships for the U.S. Navy during the 1950s and 1960s. Tompkins claims to have personally designed 5 major spaceships and 30 support ships. He's actually got a book in Tompkins' tell-all book, Selected by Extraterrestrials, My Life in a Top Secret World of UFO. He says these massive naval interplanetary crafts were made to defend the human race from an invading race of alien lizards.
Okay.
He claims that these space wars have been going on for decades, all under the nose of human civilization. He warns us that even though we've been able to fend them off from these reptilian menaces, they are growing stronger and the U.S. Navy should beef up their defenses. Luckily, we are not alone in this battle. Tompkins says the U.S. Navy works closely with the Nordic aliens, who have a similar large moon-sized spacecraft that compares to the alien reptile arsenal.
So the reptiles, they're saying they're aliens?
So yeah, the reptiles are aliens that are pretty much trying to enslave mankind, but the humans. But there's like, I guess they go around doing that all the time. Mm-hmm. But there's another race of aliens called the Nordics aliens, who are like more of a friendly alien that they're on our side. Mm-hmm. The reptilian enemies are known to attack various planets and enslave their inhabitants. Tompkins claimed he was handpicked by the Navy during his high school years to carry out research to build ships. He served at San Diego's Naval Air Station, where he briefed Navy moles embedded within Nazi Germany or most secret aerospace facilities during the war. So Tompkins talks about intelligence gathering by the networks of spies. The Navy agents in Germany discovered the reptilian had sided with Hitler, giving him alien technologies such as anti-gravity propulsion, beam weapons, extended life, and the power of mind control to help him with his war efforts.
If he fought for them, the reptilians would grant Hitler the power to enslave the planet.
Which I think is kind of dumb because you never saw any of those weapons used during the war.
Yeah, I feel like if they would have gave him that stuff, he would have probably won.
Yeah, that's what's kind of stupid. Tompkins was later hired by Douglas Aircraft Company in 1951, where he says for 12 years he designed and created anti-gravity spaceships. He backed up his claims with several declassified documents, including designs he completed for space battle cruisers. These huge ships weren't built until the 80s under a highly classified program called Solar Warden.
I mean, I feel like he would have some real concrete evidence, all right?
Well, he says that there's a lot of declassified documents that prove that he designed these huge ships. Mm-hmm. So,
are these huge ships used?
Well, he's talking about like space cruisers.
So this was intergalactic stuff.
Yeah, this is intergalactic ships.
Holy shit! So he allegedly is a genius behind all that.
He's not behind all of it, but he's like one of the main
guys that did that.
That designed the ships.
So did he go into space? Did he say?
He didn't go into space. He just designed the ships for these battles that have been going on for years.
Okay. Well, it seems like Ender's Game. You remember Ender's Game? You ever see that movie or read the book?
No, I haven't.
Remember, it was all like simulations. They were teaching him like how to like do like simulations, like how would you defeat this army? Like these are your ships. And at the end, they gave him a super hard simulation that was like all the odds were stacked against him, and because he was super smart and he was able to defeat all the other ones, and he ends up going through and winning. And by doing so, it wasn't really a simulation. He was really controlling a fleet of ships against the aliens, and he defeated them. Like it was like
so he thought he didn't.
He thought it was a simulation. He thought it was a drill, and they were like, and he was like, always wanting to win, and so he was perfect for it. And it ended up being like, no, that wasn't a simulation. Those were battles. So this guy seems opposite, though. This guy seems like he didn't see shit. He just allegedly built stuff.
Yeah, so like they could have just gave him shit to do.
Yeah, I know. I know.
He's like he's all like the dumbass there, just like, oh, well, we'll just tell him to build these ships first.
Yeah, he's like a janitor, and he's it's like, yeah, I built this, I did that. He's all making stuff up that he saw War of the Worlds as well. They're here. Our germs got them. Yeah, I don't know. Stuff like that. I want to hear some proof. I want to see some proof. I want to know how, what you did to do it. I don't want to just see these schematics that anybody could do,
Yeah.
I want you to like tell me, you went up there and you saw this, or what did the country, what does the president call them? What are they known as? I don't know. It's interesting because I remember listening to Art Bell, and Art Bell used to always talk about that. Like people would call in and be like, yeah, they would say something similar. Like there's like 4 races that are on the planet, and they're all battling for the planet.
Yeah, I always thought that was weird. Like you think you would see more shit going on if that was actually happening.
But again, are they just wolves in sheep clothing? Like the reptoids. Man, I was telling you, like they can take over like human bodies, and they alter your mind so that your mind sees that. Remember, like They Live. Remember the movie They Live?
Yeah.
Your brain it just puts a different wavelength out there, so your brain sees this instead of seeing what they truly are. I mean, what if something like that's going on?
But I'm saying like if they had like these giant space battle cruisers like flying around,
yeah,
you think like they're fighting, right? So they would crash at some point.
Maybe.
Or they come. It's like the Star Wars movie, you see all those like ships and stuff that
you come down crashing to Earth.
Yeah, that crash, So
or whatever to the planet.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I know, and the whole thing was, I mean, what if they're just battling over the ocean, way over the ocean?
Oh, that's true. A lot of stuff could land in the water and nobody would know it.
Nobody would know, right? And the only ones who might see it would be some boat out there, and who's gonna believe them, right? They always say that fishermen always have, tall tales, right? I don't know. I mean, that could be right. What if they designate the battles over the oceans?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I guess that's possible, right?
If you're an enemy, why would you just fight over the ocean areas? Like why would you go to
maybe you want to
go for the cities and stuff?
Well, I don't know. I mean, maybe they want to keep the planet intact, so when they take it over, it's not ruined.
They want to keep the Statue of Liberty intact.
Yeah, man. They don't want to lose that shit.
Take a look under the dress.
Yeah, I know, under her dress. I mean, they want to they want the Sears Tower to stay strong. They want the Space Needle to stay up. I don't know. It's interesting. I've always wondered that.
Yeah, I always like these kind of stories. Even if I know they're not real, most of them.
Yeah, but they're interesting.
They're interesting to listen to because I don't know, people telling them they're
adamant about it.
They're so adamant about it. Yeah, they believe it, but
they really believe it.
So crazy, crazy people do the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. I know, right? I know, and that's the thing though. I mean, I thought when you were telling me that, I thought you were gonna tell me like the guy was on his deathbed and he was gonna come out and say, like, give some proof that.
Well, that last guy, he's got a book.
That's interesting. I always thought that like people who worked on that stuff, they kept them hushed up, or they allegedly had some type of weird, odd heart attack. Something that.
Yeah, but like if you're 92 years old, it's like, what does it matter?
No. I'm saying after he got done in it, right?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
After he retired and he was done, usually they want to hush you up, right?
Well, he's been quiet for a while, I guess, because his books just barely came out.
I know that. I'm saying though, the only way that they're going to always guarantee it is to just kill you. Then they don't have to worry, right?
Oh, they don't. Yeah, just kill off everybody.
Exactly. There's nobody who could tell any stories, or they could just feel like, hey, these stories it could just sound so bullshit. Nobody's gonna believe it. So go ahead and talk.
Yeah, I think that's a big part of it. I mean, like, who's gonna believe it? I mean, we're talking about it right now. We don't believe it, but I mean, we're just listening to the story, thinking it's kind of entertaining.
It's interesting. It's interesting. some of these things can seem so, people come out with them, and there's so many, bullshit things that are said, or maybe people are like not, they're a little nutty, and they don't know, the reality from truth. And then out of like 100 stories, one of them might be true, but it gets lumped in with all the rest, so nobody believes it.
Yeah, it's true.
Right? That's the problem. That's the problem. And then again, you got all these other people that are just coming out with all this shit, and you're just like, fuck, I want to believe you, but man, give me something. Give me some proof. Give me some, like Joe Rogan, when he had his show, Joe Rogan Questions Everything. Did you ever watch that?
Yeah, I remember we were talking about it the other day. Like he's just like, well, I want to know the.
Yeah, he always give me a proof, man. I want to believe you, and that's the whole thing. Is fucking give me a reason to believe, and a lot of people can't, and that's the problem.
The truth is out there.
I know the truth, or is there nothing to believe? I don't know, man. It could all just be some fucking wash.
That's true.
But it's good entertainment.
It's good entertainment. So, we're coming to the end of the show.
Yep.
All right.
We're not here for a long time. We're just here for a good time.
So, everybody have a good morning, evening, or night, and we'll see you next week. Until then, stay strange.
Stay strange, everyone.
If you enjoy the show, please go to iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, or wherever you're listening, and please give us a good rating. If you want to share a story or have ideas for a future episode, you're welcome to visit us at www.thestrangepodcast.com. We look forward to hearing from you.